When your cat ignores you the moment you walk through the door, do you actually know what that means? You've been gone for hours. You push open the door, maybe call their name, maybe crouch down expecting them to come running, and they just don't. They glance at you from across the room, maybe they blink once, then they look away. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you feel it, that small sting of rejection, like you don't matter to them. Most owners take it personally. Some assume their cat is aloof, independent, maybe even a little cold. But here's the truth, and it's the opposite of what you think. That calm indifference when you walk in, it might be the most profound thing your cat could show you, and most owners spend years misreading it completely. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what's happening when your cat ignores your homecoming, 7 layers deep. And one of them, which we'll get to at the end, involves something your cat is quietly doing that most owners never notice. It will change the way you see them forever. 1. They already knew you were coming. Before you even touched the door handle, your cat knew. Here's what most people don't realize. Cats have a sense of smell roughly 14 times more powerful than ours. They don't need to see the door open. They don't need to hear your key. They've been tracking the scent trail you leave, on the air, through the gap under the door, even from several floors away in an apartment building. By the time you actually walk in, your arrival isn't an event. It already happened, in their world, minutes earlier. Think about that for a second. The surprise of your entrance that a dog reacts to with explosive joy, your cat processed that information and moved on before you arrived. What looks like indifference is actually your cat operating on a completely different timeline. So when they don't jump up, they're not ignoring you. They already greeted you. You just couldn't see it. 2. Calm is the highest compliment they can pay you. Here's something that might feel strange at first. In cat behavior, calm is not the absence of feeling. Calm is the proof of safety. Wild cats live in a state of constant low-level alertness. Every sound, every arrival, every shift in their environment is a potential threat that has to be evaluated. Their survival depends on never fully relaxing. But a cat who is bonded deeply with their person, they override that instinct. When you walk in and your cat stays loose, slow, unhurried, that's their nervous system saying, nothing bad is happening. This person belongs here. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that cats show secure attachment behavior when their owner is present, the same pattern psychologists see in human infants with their caregivers. A securely attached cat doesn't panic when you leave or erupt when you return. They stay regulated because you are their safe place, and safe places don't require alarm. That slow blink from across the room, it's a greeting. That yawn and stretch as you hang up your coat, it's them resetting. They're not bored, they're bonded. 3. They're waiting for the right moment, not missing the moment. Pay close attention over the next week. Your cat probably doesn't ignore you for long. It might be 3 minutes later, it might be 10, but something happens. They wander over, they sit near you. They press their head against your leg while you're putting your bag down. They appear at your feet while you're in the kitchen. Cats don't perform emotion on demand. They don't operate on our emotional schedule. What looks like a delayed reaction is actually them choosing the moment that feels right, the moment the environment is settled, the moment the noise level is dropped, the moment you're still enough for them to approach without it feeling rushed. And if you've ever noticed your cat in the conversation, hit like and subscribe right now, because most cat owners never hear this explained properly. And the more people understand their cats, the better those cats are treated. 4. Excitement to a cat means something is wrong. Dogs evolved alongside humans in a context that rewarded loud, visible enthusiasm. Barking, running, jumping, these behaviors got dogs fed, praised, and kept. Their emotional display is calibrated to our preferences. In feline social groups, dramatic emotional reactions signal danger. Calm arrival energy actually says something about your relationship quality. Your cat's quiet acknowledgement says, I knew you'd come back. I was fine while you were gone, and now you're here. 5. Where they choose to be in the room tells you everything. You walk in and your cat doesn't run to you, but where are they? Watch this carefully because it's a map of their emotional state. If your cat positions themselves in the same room as you within a few minutes of your arrival, even if they're not touching you, even if they're pretending to look at something else, that proximity is intentional. Behaviorists who study feline territorial behavior call this passive contact seeking. The cat isn't asking for attention, but they are near you. The choice of which room to be in, which surface to sit on, whether that surface is close to you or far from you, all of it is deliberate. 6. The cats who greet loudly are often the most anxious. Here's something most owners find surprising. The cat version of the excited dog greeting, the one that runs to the door, meows insistently, weaves frantically between your legs, is often a sign of insecure attachment, not deep love. Research into feline attachment styles has found that anxiously bonded cats tend to be more demonstrative at reunions, not because they're more affectionate, but because they've been more distressed during the separation. Their relief is loud because their anxiety was loud. 7. What they do while you sleep is the real answer. Remember at the beginning of this video when I said there's something your cat is quietly doing that most owners never notice? This is it. Whatever your cat does when they think you're not watching, that's where their true feelings live. They stay close. While you sleep, your cat is often not sleeping. They're alert, positioned near you, sometimes at the door, sometimes pressed against your legs, sometimes just within eye line. They're not demanding anything. They're not performing anything. There's no audience. It's just you and them and the quiet choice they make every single night to be nearby. They didn't come running when you walked in. They didn't make a scene. They didn't need to, because they were never showing off their love. They were just living it. That's the difference between a cat who tolerates you and a cat who has chosen you. One needs an audience. The other just shows up night after night, in the dark, when no one is watching. Your cat isn't aloof. They're just quietly, completely, and permanently yours. Watch for the quiet signals this week. The slow drift toward whatever room you're in, the blink from across the couch, the way they appear at your feet when the house gets still. You're not being ignored. You're being trusted completely. And that is more than any frantic greeting at the door could ever say.